In 1944, at the Auschwitz camp in occupied Poland, a scene was recorded of the forced separation of people of Jewish origin arriving from Hungary. This selection was part of a sorting system used there. Upon arrival, families were divided according to criteria set by the camp authorities. In 1945, in the city of Nagasaki, Japan, an image was recorded of a person who survived a devastating event that occurred that year. The photograph shows the effects that struck the local population and reveals the strength of those who faced extremely difficult moments. On October 12, 1960, in Tokyo, Japan, a striking event occurred during a live televised political debate. The politician Inejiro Asanuma was attacked on stage by a young man named Otoya Yamaguchi, who used a wakizashi, a short traditional Japanese sword. In 1945, in Japan, a moving moment was recorded involving an American soldier and an injured Japanese boy. The soldier held the child in his arms, shielding him from the rain while they waited for care in an airplane. In 1934, during a flight over the South Atlantic, the Graf Zeppelin airship faced a storm that damaged its outer structure. In an impressive act of skill and courage, maintenance workers climbed onto the top of the airship to make repairs while it was still in the air. In 1946, in the Woolwich neighborhood of London, an unusual scene was recorded when a streetcar collided with the wall of a building. The vehicle left the tracks and hit the structure head-on, surprising residents and pedestrians. In 1961, in the city of Berlin, Germany, an unexpected scene was recorded. In the early days of building the Berlin Wall, a German soldier who was on guard at the new division helped a boy cross the barrier. In 1944, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, an unusual image was recorded showing the crew of a submarine relaxing in the sea. Members of the group had left a German submarine used on patrol missions to swim in the open water during a break in the operation. During the First World War, an alpine shelter was built at an altitude of 8,760 feet on Mount Cristallo in the Italian Alps. The structure was used by soldiers positioned in hard-to-reach mountain areas. In 1922, in the United States, Lillian Boyer impressed audiences with aerial stunts performed outside airplanes in mid-flight. Known as an aerial acrobat, she stood out for daring performances, balancing on the wings and making jumps and poses while moving. In 1962, off the coast of England, a rescue operation was recorded involving the crew of a grounded fishing boat known as a trawler. The vessel had been hit by severe sea conditions and became stuck on a rocky area, unable to return to the water. In 1918, an unusual and symbolic image was recorded nicknamed Machine Gun Wedding. The photo shows a couple posing next to a machine gun during a wedding ceremony, possibly connected to a military setting. In the early 1900s, in France, an image was recorded of a prisoner known for being fully covered in tattoos, including a mustache that was also tattooed. The photograph shows the prisoner with designs across his face and body, something rare and striking for the time. In 1937, a striking image was recorded related to Robert Wadlow, known as the Gentle Giant. He is recognized as the tallest person ever recorded, measuring 8 feet 11 inches tall. In 1932, during the Great Depression in the United States, a moving scene was recorded that became known as Sign of the Times. The image shows a man holding a sign in front of a bank, protesting that he could not access his own saving. In 1944, during an operation in the Pacific, a striking scene was recorded between a soldier and a person found in a cave. The image shows the moment the soldier reaches out to help the survivor come out safely. The person had remained hidden for a long period, fearing what might happen outside. In the mid-1940s, many farewell scenes were recorded at train stations and ports around the world. The image, known as a long goodbye, shows soldiers leaving to serve in a major international conflict, leaving behind family members and loved ones. In 1943, a man from Somalia was photographed with a visibly elongated neck, a feature possibly related to cultural practices or genetics specific to certain ethnic groups in the region. In 1930, physicist Albert Einstein posed in Berlin for artist Arthur Lowenthal, who was sculpting a bust. In his honor, the sitting took place during a period when Einstein was already recognized worldwide for his contributions to physics, especially for the theory of relativity. In 1944, in the city of Paris, France, an image was recorded of artist Pablo Picasso in his studio. At the time, he was already recognized as one of the most influential figures in modern art, known for creativity and for the innovative styles he helped develop. In 1919 in the United States, an image was recorded showing Charlie Chaplin next to actor Carter DeHaven in front of Chaplin Studios in Los Angeles. The place had been newly built by Chaplin so he could produce his own films with full creative freedom. Around 1925, a promotional photograph was made to publicize the Hollywoodland housing development in the hills of Los Angeles. The famous sign, built in 1923, was originally created as part of that real estate campaign, displaying the full name of the subdivision. In 1912, 2 passengers were photographed aboard a Rex Smith airplane, one of the early experimental models of civil aviation. This kind of aircraft was open, with a light structure of wood and fabric, and it did not have an enclosed cabin, leaving the occupants completely exposed to the wind and the weather. In Harappa, a region that is now part of Pakistan, archaeologists found terracotta dice about 4,000 years old. These small objects were used in games and possibly in social or cultural practices of the ancient Indus Valley civilizations. In 1899, in France, engineer and driver Camille Janatzi achieved a historic feat by driving the electric vehicle Le Jamais Content. He was the first to exceed 62 miles per hour in a land vehicle. In 1936, the airline Pan American Airways operated the Martin M130 Clipper, one of the most advanced aircraft of its time used for long-distance flights over oceans. The Clipper stood out for luxury, and the space offered to passengers. In 1907, in the United States, the Christie 20-liter Vi-4 racing car was developed, one of the first vehicles with a front-mounted V4 engine. Created by J. Walter Christie, the model was designed for high-speed competition. In the early 1900s, a curious image was recorded showing a Victorian lady practicing riding skills on an unusual device, a motorized horse used for training. The equipment imitated the movements of a real horse, allowing the rider to practice the side saddle technique. In 1900, during the Olympic Games held in Paris, France, women officially took part in the competition. For the first time among the events recorded, an image stands out of a hurdles race known as women's hurdles. In 1868, in the state of Nevada, United States, a scene was recorded related to the building of the new Transcontinental Railroad. The railroad connected the eastern and western regions of the country, bringing changes to travel and trade. It was completed the following year, in 1869. In 1916, a rare image was recorded of Austrian neurologist Sigmund Freud, alongside his children. Freud, known as the founder of psychoanalysis, was already a respected figure in the scientific community at that time. In 1929, the comedy duo Laurel and Hardy was already widely recognized for success on silent film screens, and that same year began the transition to talking pictures. The image shows Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy in one of their classic moments together, with striking expressions and their characteristic costumes. Violet Jessop was an Argentine stewardess and nurse of British origin, known for an incredible story of survival in the early 20th century. Working on ships of the White Star Line, she was present in 3 major maritime incidents and survived them all. On December 27, 1983, in Italy, an encounter took place that drew the world's attention. Pope John Paul II visited Mehmet Ali Agca, the person who had attempted to take his life 2 years earlier. The meeting took place in a secure prison in the city of Rome. In 1931, in the city of New York, an impressive performance by street acrobats was recorded. The group executed coordinated movements on the sidewalk, forming human pyramids and balance poses that drew the attention of passers-by. In 1983, Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill were photographed together during the promotion and premiere of Star Wars, Episode VI, Return of the Jedi, the final chapter of the original Star Wars trilogy. At the time, they were already known worldwide for their roles as Princess Leia Organa and Luke Skywalker, icons of popular culture. In 1944, Judy Garland and Frank Sinatra were photographed together in a moment that brought together 2 of the greatest entertainment talents of the time. Both were rising in their musical and film careers, and they were already beloved names to the American public, especially during the difficult years of the Second World War. Before fame in Hollywood, Harrison Ford worked as a professional carpenter to support his family while seeking acting opportunities. In 1970, he and his team had just finished building the recording studio of musician Sergio Mendes, known for success with Brazilian music and jazz. The first Miss Universe pageant was held in 1952 in the city of Long Beach, California, United States. The event was created to promote beauty, elegance, and charisma at an international level, bringing together contestants from many countries in a competition that soon became a global tradition. In 1932, in London, a women's firefighting team was photographed in action on a modified motorcycle. The vehicle, converted specifically to carry emergency equipment, held a water pump, hoses, and other essential tools, allowing agility and quick response in urban areas. In 1934, in the Battersea neighborhood of London, a curious and cheerful scene was recorded. A child tries riding a bicycle with a large front wheel, known as a penny farthing. In Newcastle upon Tyne, England, two images showed the same place at different times, one from 1895 and another from 2022. The focus is Newcastle Castle, a historic structure that gave the city its name. In 1887, in Yosemite Valley, California, an impressive view was recorded from Glacier Point, one of the highest and most famous overlooks in the region. The image shows the grandeur of the rock formations, forests, and valleys of Yosemite National Park. In 1904, a group of Navajo people was photographed in Cañon de Chelly, located in northeastern Arizona. Surrounded by striking cliffs and ancient rock formations, the community members appear gathered in traditional clothing, reflecting the strong connection between the Navajo people and the land they have inhabited for generations. In 1905, in the Badlands of North Dakota, a calm image was recorded of the Oglala warrior known as Red Hawk. In the scene, he pauses to offer water to his horse, showing care and connection with the animal. In 1910, in the village of Llangynwyd in Wales, a traditional scene of the Mari Lwyd was recorded, a Welsh Christmas custom that goes back centuries. The practice involves a group visiting local homes, with a figure covered by a white sheet and a decorated horse's head, the Mari Lwyd. In 1890 in Japan, an image was recorded of three archers practicing Kyudo, the traditional Japanese art of archery. More than a sport, Kyudo is considered a form of spiritual discipline and concentration. In the early 20th century, German researcher Karl Kraul became known for unusual studies of animal behavior. In his research, he explored the possibility of mental communication between humans and dogs, which he described as a form of telepathy. In 1910, a curious treatment for rheumatism appeared that combined water and electricity. Known as the electric bathtub, the equipment was used in clinics and therapeutic spas of the time. The tub had electrodes connected to a source of low electric current. In 1931, an unusual invention drew attention: the rocket scooter. Developed as an experimental idea, the vehicle was equipped with small boosters on the back, designed to increase speed when activated. In the 1930s, a curious and memorable image, known as the boy and his boar, was recorded. The photo shows a boy next to a domesticated boar, with whom he appears to have formed a bond of companionship and care. In 1910, in France, an image was recorded of one of the first limousines produced in the early 20th century. The vehicle stood out for its elegant design and a closed rear compartment for passengers, while the driver sat in an open area in front. During the Second World War, the gardens around the Tower of London were turned into small plots, known as allotments, to help produce food. This effort was part of the British campaign Dig for Victory, which encouraged citizens to grow their own vegetables during times of shortage. In 1863, during the American Civil War, Frederick Mann received an official notice calling him to military service. This document, known as a draft notice, was part of the first national system of mandatory conscription used in the United States. In 1926, at the Illinois Women's Athletic Club in the United States, a calm scene of rest and well-being was recorded. Women practiced the custom of sunbathing on the building's terrace, enjoying the benefits of outdoor sunlight. In 1942, during a period marked by intense global change, preparing newspapers for printing required manual labor, precision, and speed. The image shows professionals arranging metal type or operating mechanical presses in a newsroom or print shop. In 1930, at the National Museum in Krakow, Poland, a fire drill was conducted as part of a safety exercise. The training involved firefighters and museum staff, aiming to prepare the team to act quickly in an emergency. In 1925, in the city of Akron, Ohio, the Pilgrim was launched, the first Goodyear airship. That year, it took on a special role as the Santa Claus Express, carrying Santa Claus across the skies in celebration of the holiday season. This image was taken in Chicago, United States, in 1902. It shows a man dressed as a simple version of Santa Claus, holding a sign asking for donations to send Santa Claus through 10,000 chimneys as part of a local charity campaign. In 1962, a striking image was recorded of boxer Sugar Ray Robinson, considered one of the greatest names in the history of the sport, known for refined technique and agility. He took part in hundreds of fights over his career. In 1930, the horse named Brooklyn Supreme became known as the largest horse ever recorded, standing an impressive 6 feet 6 inches tall at the withers and weighing approximately 3,200 pounds. He belonged to the Belgian draft breed, known for strength and a robust build. Jacob Nacken, at a height of 7 feet 3 inches, was the tallest German soldier recorded during the Second World War. Born in Germany, he was known for his remarkable stature and worked as a circus performer before and after the conflict. In 1959, in the city of Caen in the Italian Alps, a traditional scene known as haying was recorded. The process of cutting, drying, and gathering hay to feed animals during winter. The image shows a studio portrait taken in the 1880s with 4 generations of women from the same family. The child seated in the center represents the youngest generation, surrounded by her mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. They all wear dark dresses typical of Victorian fashion, with neat hairstyles and serious expressions, as was common in photographs of the time. Victorian-era portraits, popular from the mid-19th century to the early 20th century, continue to draw attention for their detailed composition, serious expressions, and elegant clothing. Made in photographic studios, these records captured important life moments: weddings, births, mourning, or simply a family's pride. A photo of a couple from 1850 shows two individuals posing seriously, as was common in 19th century photography. They wear formal clothing of the period. The man typically in a dark suit with a vest and tie, and the woman in a long dress with long sleeves and a high collar. In 1958, a young boy was photographed all dressed up, standing beside his new pedal car, a toy that many children of the time dreamed about. Wearing neatly pressed clothes and combed hair, he proudly poses next to the small vehicle, which imitates real cars in style and details. In 1914, delivering mail in rural areas was a challenging and essential task to keep remote communities connected to the rest of the country. The image shows a rural mail carrier at work using a simple vehicle. Between 1920 and 1930, 3 boys were photographed sitting in a wooden cart on a neighborhood street in the city of Pittsburgh, in the United States, dressed in simple clothing of the time: suspenders, button shirts, and caps. They represent urban childhood during the interwar period. New York in 1960 was a vibrant city, marked by urban growth, lively culture, and social contrasts. Skyscrapers already dominated the skyline, with the Empire State Building standing out, while yellow taxis, buses, and pedestrians filled the streets. In 1895, visitors were photographed strolling through the Melbourne Zoo, one of the oldest in Australia, founded in 1862, wearing clothing typical of the Victorian era: long dresses, elegant hats, and dark suits. Men, women, and children walked through the well-kept gardens and looked at exotic animals with curiosity and admiration. The image shows a woman of the Hoopa people, photographed in 1923. Her steady gaze, traditional adornments, and clothing with necklaces and furs reveal important features of her community's cultural identity. The Hoopa are an indigenous people native to Northern California in the United States, with deep roots in the Trinity River Valley. During the 1940s, Frances Rafferty stood out as an actress and dancer in Hollywood, known for her classic beauty and charisma on camera. She appeared in several films of the golden age of American cinema, especially in productions from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayers. During the 1980s, Carrie Fisher solidified her image as one of the great icons of popular culture, internationally known for playing Princess Leia in the Star Wars saga. She stood out not only for that memorable role, but also for her strong personality, sharp intelligence, and charismatic presence. In 1942, a man was photographed while receiving a tattoo in a simple studio, possibly connected to a port area or a military district, where tattoos were common among sailors, soldiers, and workers. On November 9, 1943, actress Veronica Lake took part in a safety awareness campaign during the Second World War, showing what could happen to women who wore their hair loose in industrial work environments. In 1885, in the Philippines, a portrait was made of a young woman known as mestiza de sangre. The term mestiza was used to describe people of mixed heritage, in this case of Chinese and Filipino descent. The image shows the young woman dressed in traditional clothing of the time, reflecting local fashion and customs. In 1910, in the City of London, a view of Westminster Bridge was recorded, one of the best-known bridges in the British capital. The image shows people and carriages crossing the River Thames, with Parliament and the Big Ben clock in the background. In 1955, at Palisades Park in New Jersey, United States, a playful scene was recorded known as Not Quite the Olympic Games. The image shows a baby race, with small children taking part in a friendly and enthusiastic competition. In 1900, a memorable scene was recorded during the construction of the East Boston subway tunnel in the United States. The image shows workers using human power and animal traction side by side to dig and move materials underground. In 1861, in Washington, in the District of Columbia, the construction of the United States Treasury Building was recorded, one of the most important structures of the federal government. Located near the White House, the building was designed to house the Department of the Treasury, responsible for the nation's financial and economic matters. During the First World War on the Eastern Front, a memorable scene was recorded in which German troops gathered around a Christmas tree, singing traditional songs. Even in the midst of conflict, the soldiers found ways to preserve moments of togetherness and culture. In 1943, in the New Guinea region, a relaxed scene was recorded involving Australian soldiers celebrating Christmas. During a break from activities, they gathered to enjoy a rare moment of rest with drinks and companionship. In the 1950s, floor cleaning in homes and businesses was done with simple equipment, often by hand. An image from that time shows a person using a mop or a mechanical floor polisher, technology common in that period. In 1950, at the Louvre Museum in Paris, a playful and spontaneous image was recorded. A visitor, tired after exploring the galleries, rests seated on a bench in one of the exhibition rooms. Surrounded by masterpieces, she shows that even appreciating art can be exhausting. In the 1870s, a curious device known as a steam robot was created, one of the earliest attempts to simulate human movement with machines. The device was mounted on a wheeled cart and used steam power to move body parts mechanically. In 1898, at the Tower of London, an image was recorded of the yeoman warders, popularly known as beefeaters. These ceremonial guards are responsible for the security of the tower and for preserving its historical traditions. Richard White Bull, a member of the Oglala Sioux Nation in 1899. Dressed in traditional clothing and distinctive ornaments, he represents the dignity, history, and cultural heritage of the Lakota people, who lived on the Great Plains of North America.